if this ends up being my most watched video, I'm gonna be sad because I absolutely have on no makeup and it's a totally different person though. So I really wanted to come to you today with an impromptu idea. Literally, I thought of it this morning. Today is Wednesday, and tomorrow, or today, the day that I upload this video, is the day that the MorphexJaclyn Hill palette is coming out. So, because of that fact, and I know I am like still like wondering in my mind if I'm gonna get it or not, but I really want to make this video so like I don't have any more temptation to buy it, because I feel like that palette is literally my whole vibe. I love pinks, I love purples, and I love neutrals. And if you have been watching my channel for a while and also watching my Instagram, you'll see that right now I am doing I'm trying to post every day on my Instagram of love and all this other stuff, but literally the only two looks I have made up have literally been have literally been pink and purple, and that is all I'm vibing with, or something really natural. So literally when I saw the release of that palette, which is coming out February 13th, and like I said, that's tomorrow, I was like, ooh. And then I was like, because I know I have that palette and I totally don't need that palette, but I want that palette and I get paid too. So it's gonna be $40. Obviously I have her first one. This is her first one. Original packaging and everything is dirty, but honestly I barely even pick it up now. I actually struggle to actually pick it up sometimes. This palette is still absolutely wonderful, and sometimes I think about just taking out the colors I use out the most and just put them in my little single shadow thing, decluttered thing. So, and I've been watching people videos of it so far, you know, people that's done PR, and I'm just like, I know I can do that look with my own stuff. I know I can do. So, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why I am trying not to buy the MorphexJaclyn Hill palette. Number 1 is the fact that I just don't need it. I just don't. That's it for number 1. Number 2 is I have already too many palettes. And honestly, I feel like it would trigger something in my brain to just want to declutter every one of my shadows. Like a ruthless declutter of my eyeshadows. I said for 2020 I actually wasn't gonna declutter in my eyeshadows because I absolutely love them all, and I'm actually trying to use them more. But I feel like once I add that one, I just will have this notion of only keeping the palettes that I know I'm absolutely using. And I'm kind of ready for that, and I'm also not ready for that. For this year, 2020, I wanted to probably only buy 4 eyeshadow palettes altogether. And now that I have seen the release of the Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette, I know I'm not getting that. It's almost like, okay. But I don't know, it's like a triggering thing. It's like, okay, if I get that palette, I know I'm gonna start selling stuff. I'm gonna have like this just big old sale of me just being like, oh, when the last time I used this? Nope. When the last time I used this? Nope. Oh, I used this today? Yep. And it's gonna be like 5 palettes left, like at the end of the day. I just know it, like literally, because I'm just having one of those moments or whatever in life. I don't know if it's because I'm turning 30 this year, or if it's because like in general I'm just seeing, you know, who I am as a person. And because I feel that way, and knowing that, honestly, when I get like those impulsive ideas, I am gonna go for it. And yeah, honestly, I shouldn't be buying more palettes anyway because I'm about to move out of my crib, so it wouldn't be a good idea to even add something right now. But for number 3 is, like I said before, I have these colors. And I know that I do because I am literally going to show you which eyeshadow palettes remind me of that palette. I'm just going to go one by one and just show like, hey, This palette reminds me of these colors in the palette, and this color reminds me of that one. So yeah, honestly, we're going to start with the most easiest one. It's going to be my single eyeshadows, and I chose my single eyeshadows because of the top of the palette. The first 3 rows, maybe, they're like browns in there, neutrals, the golds, pinkish glitter colors, and all that other stuff, all that other jazz or whatever. And honestly, what does the top 3 rows of my single shadows look like? Yeah, literally the top of that palette. And I know it's a little bit peachy, a little bit coral. That's the other thing too. I don't really like peachy corals like that either. So I know I won't be touching that palette like that. Also, I wanted to say another thing. If you see yourself using, so I have this thing where if I can make 5 eyeshadow ideas out of it, then I'm gonna buy it. But now it's like, okay, if I see myself wearing it 50% of the colors, then okay, I'm gonna buy it. But honestly, when I think I'm gonna use 50% of it, I'm really just gonna use 15 or 10% of it, because 1, I'm not using it that much, and 2, I keep going for the same regular colors. So yeah, all the time. So yeah, this is my single eyeshadow palette, and as you can see, I have a row of pink and purples, which I absolutely love. Here's some reddish colors. There's a red color in that palette too, and obviously, like I said, some neutral colors. She has a gold in there, like a yellowish gold. I have a yellowish gold here because I love yellow gold, and then I have a gold. As far as like the pinkish colors right there, I know this color right here, which is called, it's by Divina Cosmetics, Diva. That would totally go. This is mostly Makeup Geek, Divina Cosmetics. And if you want some really, really nice shadows, Divina Cosmetics has exactly what you need. It's totally sparkly. It's totally like pigmented. It's everything. So honestly, if I really wanted to like do that, just use pinks and purples and yellows and whatnot, I would go to this palette because that's what it really reminds me of. And in that palette, that's probably what I would go towards, if anything. And then next, we have here the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. There's no greens in that palette, but see how they have this pinky color? This purple color is definitely in that palette. Orange and yellow. Boom. And a brown. Boom. There's a pink up here too. Look at that. A pink shimmery color with gold reflex. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but yeah. Boom. Not a glitter either. I know how some people feel about pressed glitters. I don't mind it, depending on the formulation of it, but yeah. And then next we have my other favorite colorful palette always. It's my Lick and Lash palette. The Playful palette is totally what you need. And as you can see on this side of the palette, what that reminds you of? The bottom half of her palette. We have some corals in here, some oranges in here, some deep purples. I don't think she really had deep purples in there. And honestly, I want to mention one other one, but there were some reddish colors in there too. Some red purpley colors. Literally you can find that in whatever palette you can even think of. The Modern Renaissance one, the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar one, I actually have that one. So, and actually done a look. Actually, it just uploaded a look of me interpreting the Jaclyn Hill palettes with the Blood Sugar palette. So if you want to see that, please go to my Instagram again. But yeah, look at that. Boom. This is kind of a color that was in her palette too. Like I said, the reddish purpley color. Like, look at that. Boom. Like, it's right freaking there. Okay, yeah. I feel better. And then there was hot pinks in that palette too. And look, boom. Hot pinks right there. And this palette is totally pigmented. I don't use it enough, but it's totally like a great find. Okay, and then we have a very, very cheap palette. We have the Chasing Rainbows palette by ColourPop. And you're like, what the fuck? The first 2 rows that are up here. I'm sorry that's hologram. I mean, I'm not sorry, that's packaging. That's the reason why I bought it. But these 2 rows right here, if you see them, these 2 rows right here totally mind you up. You got a yellow in there, a white yellow. It's a white yellow. I know in her palette she had a white in there, but okay. And then a bone color at that. And corally pinks right there, like boom. Yeah, you see that? Right there, literally, if you're just a natural neutral wearer, you can just have these 2 rows and you'll probably find yourself, I mean, like, it's a no-ender, like, pinks and purples. Look at that, pinks and purples. And then let me swatch this corally color for you. It's called Wish List. It's like that. So yeah, I really don't use this palette that much either. So like I said, it will be one of the things I declutter, even though I do like this, but that palette. Alright, so talk about 2 more palettes. Actually, you got a lot of palettes up here. So, like I said, we have the Candylicious by Bombshell Cosmetica. This over here is the only thing that reminds me of the Jaclyn Hill palette, just this area right there. It's peachy, it's orange, it's coral. And that's literally the only thing that reminds me of it. Plus, there's this purple right here. Boom. This is not in the palette, but I can see myself using that too. There was a purple in that palette, a purple shimmer or a pinky shimmer, pinky purpley kind of shimmer. It was cute, super cute. But honestly, if you mix some shades together with a little bit of sparkle, you'll get the same effect. Like literally, pink shimmers and an orange. Was there a yellow in there? No. All right. And then next we have Bombshell Cosmetica again, Sourlicious. There's a yellow here. This deep grapey purple. I can't remember if that's in the palette or not, but anyway, another purple, another pink, orange, and some corally reds right here. Some real corally reds. Yep. Okay, I just want to say something else. I know some people don't like pulling out a bunch of palettes at one time, so they may actually like the idea of getting that palette and having it all in one palette, but I don't mind it, which is why I'm doing this. I usually, honestly, when I take my makeup, I'm at least working out of maybe 2 palettes at a time. So me like cross dipping and like getting like different ideas, that's not a big thing for me. I actually like it because that means I'm actually using more products than I think. So yeah. Okay, then we have here the Jawbreaker palette by Jeffree Star. This is like, I rearranged this one. So if you're like, what the hell, that doesn't look like it was before? Yeah, it doesn't, because I rearranged it. Anyway, if you can see from there, I didn't glue them back in, but if you can see from there, look at the reds that are over here, the reddish pinky ones. Like there's a red pink in there. There's a red shimmer right here. There's a neon pink and a neon orange. There's actually an orange right there too. But right here we have like this white based shimmer. Boom. And then there's like only one purple in here and a light purple, but it's okay. Like this is what I would think of neons. And there's like this reddish raspberry color, which I love. I'm pretty sure that's in the palette too. And then like I said, another yellow and a yellow shimmer. This palette is actually great. I just don't reach for a lot. And then also, as you can see here, a lot of 2 neutral colors. A light pink here and a base white. You can get many ideas out of this if you're a colorful person. So yeah, if you're a colorful person, that palette will work well for you. I just don't get time to use it that much either. I've really been like on a natural kick, but I see myself pulling more into my colors now, and my colors have literally been pink and purple. And then last but not least, we have the Conspiracy palette by Jeffree Star. I do have the blusher one, but that's over there and I don't feel like getting it. But like I said, go check out that video on my Instagram. But anyway, Conspiracy palette. Y'all already know what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this middle row right here. This pink, yellow, shimmer pink, this orange, and this corally reddish color. Yeah, when I saw some of the colors in there, I was just like, hey, that reminds me of this. And then I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, you guys, I don't really have to compare that much. Like I said, there's coral peaches in there, there's reddish colors in there, there's purple colors in there, there are oranges, yellows, and neutral colors in there. So hopefully I have given you a great idea of using your stash more. This year I'm actually trying to use my stash more, so that's exactly why I am actually recording this video today. If you like the content that I brought to you today, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also hit that like button. Also want to say, after doing all of this, I'm a little bit more okay with not buying the palette. Honestly, I probably can put that $40 in my savings account, and I'm trying to actually doing that. Like, whatever I think about buying something and really wanting, I'm just gonna put it inside my bank account, because you know it's time to grow older and wiser this year. So anyway, my son is here now and it's almost time for bed, so I am actually gonna go away now, and I will see y'all later. Bye.